Welcome to Upturned Table. I'm Jeremy, and today we are playing Vaesen. Joining me are Matt and Will. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So let's just go over. So we did XP and development from the last session. So what did Nils get with the advance that you bought?
Nils agonized over it for a while, but I settled on improving my vigilance.
That's right. Yeah, so vigilance is at 2 now. Good. And Aksel just became filthy rich.
Exactly. Well, I knew that there's going to be a crash in the market and then a need for more herring. So I invested in a lot of upstart herring companies, and once you know it, one of the major producers in the area went under and managed to turn it around. Made a little bit of profit.
Excellent. Very good. Yes. So this has become a very profitable enterprise. You never thought the society would actually give you great financial advice.
See, this whole time, Nils, you thought like I was avenging or trying to figure out what happened to my parents, and really I just saw it as a way to make money. That's been my goal from the beginning. I can retire now. I don't need to hunt these Vaesen anymore.
Just rebuilding the family fortune.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Leo and what did I name the other guy? It's terrible. I need to write it in my notes here. Is it Anders?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the stable boy. Yeah, Anders.
Anders, Leo, and Algot are the three other people.
Yeah, that I know. But they built us a pigeon loft.
Oh, right. Yes, so the development was a pigeon loft. And you attracted all the stray cats in the neighborhood, and the pigeons are now gone.
Maybe I do need to get a dog. Okay, we'll look into that next.
Did I give Anders a last name? I forgot already.
We don't have one in the notes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Just Anders.
Anders, the stable boy.
What? Okay, so the pigeon loft lets us.
We'll bring a pigeon with us.
Bring a pigeon with us.
Which after we get going, that's gonna be part of my pitch for my new not equipment.
Oh, cool.
That if Jeremy's okay with it, I'm going to need you to pay for. Will.
What are you going to need me to get for you?
I want to spend this downtime acquiring basically a Swiss Army servant's jacket.
Oh, okay. That can hold like a dove in it.
It'll have the pigeon and a lot of other silly little things.
And a rabbit and some endless scarves. Nice.
Salt shaker, some pens, your business cards, of course, because I'm always handing those out. And, just stuff that's not going to give me dice or anything, but will be fun.
Nice.
Our first pigeon note's going to be, if you can read this, we're probably dead.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, if we send a pigeon, like, if it's where these isolated places we've been before, by the time the pigeon gets here, and then who was it?
What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow?
Yeah. And then Algot's going to contact someone, and then he'll contact like Oscar, and then Oscar will get in touch with some people, and then on the other side of the country.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you gotta hold out for assistance.
Maybe the pigeon travels like they did in the beginning movie. 30 seconds in every bit of terrain, and you're there.
Yes,
that'd be convenient.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So yeah, the pigeon loft pigeon loft is in the upgrades now for the castle. Okay. So we'll pick up. So basically from the previous adventure, both Bjarn and Justina came back with you, and the priest, and you did end up saving the priest as well. So Oscar is he's traumatized, but he's back at his church in Fallbacka, and Justina and Bjarn have both settled into Uppsala. They're both waiting to be called up to the big leagues, but they can busy themselves with employment and residence in Uppsala itself. So yeah, you can. So there'll be PCs that you can contact, and then at any time, we can move them into the castle if there's a role that would fit either of them.
I feel kind of bad. I was like, "Yeah, come on, we'll have work for you." I'm like, just hang out.
Just yeah. Well, they visit often. Yeah, so you've been in contact with both of them throughout the months. So when you returned from Wrecker Isle and left all of that mermaid mystery behind you, it was midsummer, so you had a fall and a winter to be in touch, and throughout that, so of course your gift to Astrid, the reporter, was well received, and she's been providing you with a lot of notes for different cases and different things she's been investigating that have come up, like different just incidences that the police constable has been investigating that she suspects may be connected to supernatural goings on. So yeah, you've been and also the university too. Yeah, you've both the theology, and the economics. They're amazed by your your success in the herring industry. So the economy,
yes,
economics department is waiting for you to.
How did you predict that?
Yeah, do another dissertation on economics.
Yes. Oh yeah,
another dinner party.
Did we have more dinner parties? Cool.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you wanted to, if there's anybody, yeah. So there's no additional threat. You haven't received any communication or any contact that made you worry beyond the previous from the last session.
Is Aksel
the men about town have disappeared?
Yes, yeah. You haven't seen any more. You haven't seen any more of the dark suited.
They were doing weird stuff with mermaids and then moved on.
Yes,
definitely during this downtime, I'm occasionally pecking at Aksel about the connection between the symbol on the rock and those people. Does Aksel say anything about that?
Yes. I think my reply was that it's a very common symbol that a lot of cults and organizations use.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the fact we're seeing it isn't that unusual for. I mean, it has supernatural significance, but I don't know if you could really connect it with, say, like a specific cult or something like that. That seems far fetched and hard to lock down. But I've been looking into it, and like I said, it's connected to a bunch of things. Obviously, it was connected with the mermaids, and I can't imagine that the people here in town would have any connection at all with that mermaid thing. I mean, those are completely different areas. It makes no sense.
Yes, exactly.
He says behind his pile of money.
Right. Yes. So, so Will, as far as Aksel's connection to that, feel free to as things progress, kind of reveal or not reveal, or let me know like kind of directions for things, like how you anticipate, because I'll have the so that cult may come up, and so just let me know what you saw your dark secret as, like what you saw that relationship as.
Okay.
As it comes up, and we'll just let that kind of float out there, that contact that both of you received. So and anything else? Yeah, so things have been progressing. You still have contact with the Witch Cat Inn, and through your financial support, it's been thriving. and has become a bit of an attraction. And you notice a little bit of an improvement in the general decay of the castle itself. It seems like your residence there has chased away a little bit of something that was kind of rotting away at the structure of the castle itself.
It's the pigeons are eating the pests.
Yes, exactly. You got some very beneficial predators now. So it moves into a pretty harsh winter starts to turn into a nice early spring. So the snows are stopping or lightening, and the weather's getting a bit warmer. So we're in early springtime. And is there anything else that you want to do before you're invited into?
I think that I spend a lot of time with Astrid because I think that like her interest in the truth and stuff like that is something that's appealing to me, and the fact that I want to publish.
Oh,
like,
yes.
My basically I want to take all these stories and write them up as not really as fiction, but as like novels for people to read of the events type of thing to help.
Oh, cool.
While I'm also doing papers, I'm trying my hand at actually making like not really an autobiography, but fundamentally about like our quote unquote adventures. So I think I'm trying to through her see if she knows any editors and stuff like that to get stuff done. And I think I'm trying to keep good relations with everybody. So I think like all the people we brought, Justina, Bjarn, I think I repeatedly take them to the because it's what interests me. I think everyone's excited about the shadow puppet stuff. I take them to the Witch Cat to like see the presentation, and I invite them to all of my like dissertations and stuff, even though I'm sure they're not at all interested in it. But so I think that I'm like acted like basically I don't have a friend group. So I think the people that we save along the way are like who I'm trying to pretend is my social group.
Okay. Good. And what did you tell Astrid about what occurred at Wrecker Isle? Did you give her any details or share with her the?
Let's see. It's been it's been even longer than 6 months at this point, almost, right? I think that
right.
because I think that in my mind, like again, in general, people know that this stuff exists, right? Like if I was to say mermaids are real, the fact that I'm in the society and people know that exists, they're not like, that's ridiculous. They might be like, no, really? Type of thing. So I think that like, I think that I basically am trying to write up the same thing. I think I'm writing up a story, and at some point, probably after 6 months, I'm probably having her proofread it and take looks at it and see like stuff. So we'll see. I don't know exactly how I present the whole I made a deal and then we walked away thing.
Okay.
But
right. We left the village to be removed from the face of the earth. Okay.
So
cool.
Would you say Aksel is on social functions with both Astrid and what's her name?
Justina,
yeah,
and potentially even so like all the young women that we've ran into, yes, but I don't know how romantic any of it is at this point. Maybe Astrid, but the other ones I think that I'm just like inviting them to social events to have a friendly person with me because like if we're doing parties that aren't if we're doing things that are not you inviting a bunch of people and then me making a big speech and presenting my dissertations at like if we're going to other social functions, I think that like I don't really feel comfortable and know how to deal with all those. So I think I always invite these other people who also are not, none of these women are like highfalutin people. So they probably are super uncomfortable too. So we can be like uncomfortable together at the, and sit off to the side type of thing. But I figure that since as I'm gaining wealth and potentially like some level of status, maybe I'm just accepted as the eccentric young kid.
So I think, as the kind of head servant or your man, trying to pepper your with other similar events, but with women who are older than you and a little higher station than these other women are. Like maybe reaching to the university or just that's in the higher circles of Uppsala society.
So it's like a 60-40 split of whether or not I'm going with friends or if I'm going with someone you want.
I'm making you go on the ones that are more socially acceptable.
Whereas I'm like, oh, I hear there's this like haunted house. Let's go walk through that together. Sophia or whatever, type of a thing. Maybe not Sophia. That seems like she wouldn't be happy with that. But, Astrid?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But then I am also commissioning a, like, I'm trying to find the best tailor in Uppsala to commission my Swiss Army servant's jacket. And then propose its design to Aksel so that he will pay for it.
Excellent.
So you're saying it has 12 pockets?
At least. I've been looking it over, so I wanted to hold a gun, a pigeon, a cutlery set, a salt shaker, tea bags, bandages, pens, business cards, and other small, insignificant things that I will think of later.
Nice.
If that's okay with Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. I like that a lot. That's excellent.
I imagine the amount that, like at this point I'm having to spend on suits. Your jacket probably isn't that much.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I still want to look like a very nice butler jacket on the outside.
Yeah.
So if we need to juice up the cost a little, that's fine.
You're willing to take that hit?
Very good. All right. Yeah. So, that all sounds good. I like that. How that stuff's progressing, and there's been no additional threat to the castle. Like when you're out for evenings and stuff, there's been no additional attention. The only I think Astrid was your original threat, and she's become you've made her into an ally and kind of a someone that's actually assisting you in documenting your encounters with Vaesen. So that's worked well. Yes, and so as the snows begin to melt and the sun shines longer every day, a letter arrives at the society, as they have occasionally done. This one though is from the address is from August von Meyer, a very distinguished industrialist that you know of. So he owns a lot of the forest areas in northern Sweden, and has made a lot of his wealth from the logging and lumber industry, which of course was a very big industry at that time, and it is also undergoing modernization. So they're moving to just steam powered and more modernized equipment. So it's actually made it pushed these developers and owners of logging companies and lumber companies into other parts of the country that have not yet been exploited so completely by this new modern industry. There is, of course, traditional older log cutting by hand and things that exist in parts of the country, but von Meyer is working to modernize things and reach into other undeveloped parts of the country. And so that's basically just what you know about him just from his name. He's pretty well known from there. And I can give you, so this letter, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. So this letter arrives and actually I'll just read, so we'll hear him make his request. So, to whom it may concern, the letter goes, I urgently request your assistance. My name is August von Meyer. I am a forest owner and industrialist, and I own the largest sawmills in northern Sweden, located here in Harnosand, where I'm working to modernize this region. To this end, I am procuring heavily forested tracts of land, employing large parts of the local population in said areas. Some time ago, two of my employees, Mr. Gottfried Hammerström and his assistant, Nils Lindeskold, were sent to a small village called Fernsta near north of Harnosand. It is located deep in the woods, and the land was said to be highly fertile and abundant with forests. Hammerström was therefore responsible for ensuring a transaction between the villagers and yours truly. But now, a last tragedy has struck. One night, poor Nils returned on horseback, wearing nothing but his nightshirt. He was in a frantic state, rambling about some evil beast he beheld in the village. Nils has not been the same since he's returned and can barely speak. Hammerström is missing, and I fear what may have befallen poor Gottfried. I sense that something is amiss. There is more to this place than meets the eye. That is why I'm writing to you. I want to enlist your services in uncovering the truth about what happened to Hammerström and stopping the beast mentioned by Mr. Lindeskold at any cost. You come very highly recommended, and your expertise would be invaluable in our current predicament. Should you accept this task, I will, of course, be richly rewarding you. Please reply with the utmost haste, for time is of the essence. I shall wait for you in Harnosand. There's too many in Harnosand to explain more and arrange your trip to Fernsta. Sincerely, August von Meyer. So, yeah, from his letter, he's explaining one of his development deals and some of his employees he sent to make a deal went strangely wrong, and is asking you to follow up and investigate because one of his employees that returned, Nils, seems to have suffered some sort of mental break, and was just talking about this beast in this small village.
A servant named Nils suffering a mental breakdown?
Weird.
How unrealistic.
I was going to say, Nils, I should talk to my banker investor friends and see what other lumber companies may be time to invest in. Time to get done with whatever's going on here.
Yes, it's time to get in on this.
Oh my god.
It's going to be quite a long. It's pretty far to the north. Let me show you. So it's going to be a long journey, and the
how many pigeon days is it?
The village itself is actually quite remote as well. So you'll have to take a coach from the largest town nearby.
This sounds like something I'd want to invite Astrid to come along with.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's water. We could invite Bjorn.
Right.
Yes, I don't know if he has a lot of interest in logging, but
he may have interest in employment.
I've been giving him a small stipend. I'm sure he's fine. And once we have the guardhouse built, he'll have work to do on site.
So, did you look over my plans, sir?
Your plan? Oh, for the coat.
Yes.
Yeah. I assume that's how your coat already operated, but...
So I've named it.
Oh.
Henrik Lurkson's Industrial Tailcoat.
Nice.
The description is designed to hold and produce a plethora of small items for the resourceful manservant of the exceptionally affluent.
Sounds good so far. How How much do you need? How much would this coat cost you?
I don't know. Elegant disguise costs 3. So I don't know what Jeremy wants to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah, if you want to purchase it as a, so this will be equipment for this. For this adventure. Yeah. Let me take a look real quick at the equipment cost. Yeah. So I would imagine, what mechanically do you want it to do? Anything like to just give you a general?
I don't even really want dice bonuses. I just want to be able to say, yes, I have a set of silverware. Yes, I have a salt shaker. Yes, I have tea. We can have tea out in the woods. That's that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's nice. Really more of a fits his character kind of thing than anything.
Right. Yeah, if you don't want let's see. Yeah, because even like the disguise is giving you a bonus. Is there anything? Let's see.
Everything's about gear bonus, but
yeah, right. So yeah, I wouldn't imagine. Well, if you don't want a mechanical bonus, then just 2 resources is fine to have to spend for it. But if you want to add something to it, like making you, I don't know if there's like a prepared condition or something where you will not ever be lacking anything. Or I don't know, because it would be interesting, and what would be fun is it to give you just a +1 on almost anything that would involve like an object that you would need to have on you. So like picking a lock or just about anything would be fun. Just a small bonus on a huge range of small tasks would be pretty funny.
Maybe we could tie it to a roll or something, like if I make this roll, it gives us a bonus to this thing or something.
Oh sure. Oh yeah. Right. So the first roll
die or roll.
Yeah, right. So roll on the coat.
Okay. Or we could just give it X number of resource points, and you can just kind of like be like, I need some tea, spend a point. I need some blah, blah, and we can like replenish that.
Oh yeah. Like clips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So you can, before an adventure, you put resource points into it, and then just spend those for stuff that you would need. Yeah, that could then give you, depending on the situation, could give you mechanical benefit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Have it be like a what are those rings of spell storing that you have in D&D, where you can just fill it with a certain level of spells and then just burn those off. So yeah, let's do that. So how many resources? So that'll be the cost then. How many resources you want it to be able to hold will be the initial cost. Maybe that's a good way to price it. So
how many monies do you want to give me, Axel?
I will give you 4. Don't you have capital of your own?
I have 2 monies, but
all right, fine. I will give you 4 capital.
All right.
In fact, I'll roll right now to see how much other capital I have.
Oh yeah. Why don't you guys? Yeah. So you've read the letter and you're thinking about checking it out.
1 success, man. Whew. All right.
So you rolled 12. That was you rolled your.
No, I rolled 8
Oh.
dice, but
Okay.
I start with 12 capital automatically.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And then I generate just based on the the resource roll at the beginning. I think is how we were playing it. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So wait, I don't have capital. I just have resources.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You have to be wealthy in order for it to have bonus capital.
So
you have resources. You roll them to see how much.
Is your starting money for this
No,
session.
it's how many dice you roll, and those generate capital. Is how I understood it.
Yes. Yeah. Right. That generates. Yeah. That generates the capital you can spend then before
Right. So I might be broke.
Yes. If you roll 2 and don't get any.
Let's roll and find out.
Yes. Let's find out.
I'm broke. I need your money.
Yeah. So I will give you 4 capital.
Okay.
So
I wonder if it's supposed to be more like an abstract. Like if you want to buy something at a store, can you just make a resource roll to buy it there? Is that how that works? I don't know.
Oh, and I think it's just
more like credit or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The that's right, because how the that your existing 12 capital works. Because I think spending the resources is actually just before the mystery, but when you're on the mystery and you need to buy something, I think if you have a certain level of wealth, it's just assumed you can afford it. You can buy sandwiches, infinite sandwiches and beer.
Yay!
So on top of this cool mechanical effect we came up with, is it cool if I just use it to produce silly little things too?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you don't have to spend resources to do something that is just kind of narrative or just something that you want to do character wise.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, yeah. So you have a refillable resource coat. Yeah, that's awesome. With tails, of course.
That'll be awesome because I'd be like, "Oh, I did bring a bottle of hooch, sir."
Yes. Excellent. All right.
When I die, give the coat to Bjarn.
Okay, so you're going to the remote. So Fernsta is a very remote logging village. So anything that you want to prepare would probably be appropriate to that. You're not going to be on water at any time. You're just going to take a train and then a coach. So if there's anything else you want to,
I don't know. What do you use in this game for climbing? Is it agility or force?
I think agility. Yeah, for anything that would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring Bjarn over to teach me how. He's a sailor, right? So they're good at class rigs and things like that.
Right. All right.
Find some big trees and have him teach me how to be a good climber.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so agility bonus, that'll be good. So that's right. So for your advantages, decide how you want to prepare.
Am I checking out the well-maintained weapon again, Will, or are you doing it?
Yeah, I think that's fine with me. I don't ever see myself concerning until I realize that we have to fight a mermaid. I don't really think about that stuff.
And of course, I'll pocket the pigeon.
Right.
Maybe wait until we're heading out the door. Doesn't seem like that would want to be.
But there's a whole pocket of birdseed too.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll offer, though, I'll let Astra know that we're going up north to investigate this stuff and see if she has any interest in either going with us or going under her own volition as a reporter to check it out herself.
Oh, okay. All right.
We'll be hiring a coach, so she could ride with us comfortably, or she could do her own thing, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah, it is pretty remote, so she would want help if she went with you. Do you want to maybe inspiration? Yeah, if you want to either do inspiration or manipulation, if you want to say I can't do this alone or whatever. But
no. I think inspiration sounds better. Yes,
inspiration. Yeah. So why don't you roll inspiration and see if your description of this situation sounds interesting to her, if she's interested in
a man's gone mad. Possibly one is dead. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, the description of the journey was a little discouraging. Yeah. Yes, so she's
we're gonna say with a bunch of lumberjacks. It's going to be great.
I'll be here when you get back. Is her opinion of the situation? Okay.
Is that black squiggly line a border or a road?
Oh, that's a road. Yeah, that's the kind of rough road you're going to have to take. Through the. Through the woods.
I imagine that I do what I would standardly do is I'll try to look up, probably for like logic-based tests. I'll spend some time in the library looking up, forest trolls and stuff like that I think may be in the area to see if I can get any.
Oh, okay.
Any information on them,
right?
So I can pull that out later.
All right.
So should I just put logic on here?
Yeah. Just do logic and. It'll just be
forest
about the area.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see.
I'm bringing.
Yeah, and you're surprised. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Mine is not important.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. You're surprised in the bit of research that you've done about the actual location. There's almost nothing. This village is so small and so remote and isolated from the outside world that no one has really written or documented much about it. So that's a there's some information.
Full of Vaesen. Check.
Yeah, right. Right. So there's some information about the local logging industry, but as far as the specific village that Von Meyer named, you're very surprised. So he had some very good scouting and kind of inside information on this. So yeah, and recently, so he has been on but research you've done about him, he's been on a spending spree, purchasing much of the Angermundland forests. So a lot of the forests around this area he's already purchased. He's made several deals. And the thing that people are viewing very positive, at least in the press, positive about him is when he purchases forests, he hires locals to work the forest. So he's generating a lot of jobs. And so people, he's not bringing in outside workers and companies. He's actually building facilities and hiring locals. So that's given him a very positive and good reputation. And he basically, sorry, I don't know why I'm all choked up here. He's described himself in the press as looking for an opportunity for civilization to expand north in Sweden. So a northern expansion he's looking for.
I guess there's not really a way to go south more, but
yeah, right.
So
north feels like you're just heading into the darkness, though, right? But that's all right.
Right. Yes.
Since Aksel is studying this area, at some point I imagine him looking over maps, and Nils is going to kind of just like, look over his shoulder like he tends to do and point out, are you noticing a theme, sir? The more that we push out, the more these problems seem to occur.
Well, it stands to reason the Vaesen have always lived on the edges or deep away from society. As we spread out, we upset them, or at the very least disrupt them.
So, are we at fault, or shall we chalk this up to manifest destiny?
Well, why not both? But I would say in all situations where man comes up bad against Vaesen, we're probably at fault. They seem to be long-living and set in their ways. I don't think they're the ones who are continuously changing and updating things. If there's a problem, it's probably because we stepped on their paw, not because they came looking for it.
But then the very violent deal-making of the mermaids would seem to be somewhat less morally clear.
Oh, I don't think of them. I think of them more as a force of nature than having any morals behind them. I think the mermaid was willing to make deals, but you could tell she couldn't even take people without someone else offering them. I don't think the Vaesen have free will as you and I do. I think that's part of the problem. They're part of the ecosystem, and we're, again, disrupting it. But luckily, I don't see man ever being able to fully conquer this planet and destroy nature, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
Dun, dun, dun. By the way, I've decided to bring Hedvig, the speckly gray pigeon, with us.
Ah, very good.
I didn't realize they had names. Excellent.
Oh, of course.
The fastest flyer. Nice. Very good. Okay. So, and actually, probably what you were doing. The conversation that you just had was actually occurring on the train. You were booked by Van Meyer. You were booked a very luxury train trip that is going to take about 24 hours to actually reach him in. So you could have
told Astrid that we were going by train. She may have come.
Right? Oh, that would have been a +1. A nice romantic trip. So your trip to Härnösand is a very nice trip. So the day of the departure is a warm, sunny spring day. The sound of the steam whistle fills the air at the station, and along with clouds of black smoke. So it's a 24-hour ride with a night spent on board the train, where we're looking at maps and discussing the modernization and people's encroachment into nature. The stately green trees of the Swedish countryside slide past the window, and the lingering snow can be glimpsed on the mountaintops as the train continues further and further north. Ånge is currently as far as the railroad goes from southern Sweden, and the journey continues by stagecoach for another 2 days with overnight stops along the way. So this is quite an expedition to Härnösand. And when you reach there, the air feels crisper and cooler than in Uppsala. And the flowing brook is heard outside. The closeness of nature is felt through your whole body when you arrive. So it's nothing but trees. So finally, after all of this travel, you arrive at Härnösand and find the Van Meyer sawmill, located where the Ångerman River flows into the Bothnian Sea. You see several cargo ships being loaded with timber, as well as huge logs floating down the river. The sawmill is modern and steam-powered, and there's a loud roar of the steam engine that blends with the sound of numerous toiling workers. So Van Meyer greets you as your coach arrives and asks you whether you've had a pleasant journey. Gentlemen, I'm very, very happy that you were able to arrive so quickly. It's been just over 2 weeks now since my employee disappeared, and you must be hungry. Let me get you something to eat. And he takes you to his very well-furnished office where he has some food prepared for you.
And just so we know, I bought a few things. I bought like a compass and
okay.
So like some camping stuff. I bought writing utensils, tinderbox, and compass to bring with me.
Okay.
So that I can make notes, which I always want to do.
Tinderbox and compass. Yeah, compass is good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll thank him and then say that there's been no sign of him. Nothing has changed since you.
No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid not. We've had no word, and Nils is still in his same almost catatonic condition. He rarely speaks and just keeps talking about this beast. So yes, but do you have, of course, and any questions? Please feel free to ask me any questions you may have.
So he was going to Farnesta. Was that where he was?
Yes, both Mr. Hammarström and Mr. Lindeskog, Nils, were. Yes. I asked them to to make a deal, purchasing the land on my behalf. So it was more than 2 weeks ago. It's this area is very important to me, as you know. Not much is known about it, and I had my employees scout this area, and it turned out to be very heavily forested, and the soil is incredibly fertile. So I sent them there to make this deal.
Good. I'll make some small talk about the economy of the whole situation. How many minutes taking, and I don't know. Ask him how much he thinks he's making per tree felled, and I don't know whatever the appropriate rich person talking about industry.
Right. Excellent.
Yes. And then ask him if had he himself visited Farsta, or does he know, were the people receptive, and this was a deal that they were closing, or was this the broking of the deal from the beginning?
Right. Yeah. So the there's been a few from what I understood from some communication, my employees wrote me a few letters to explain a little bit of the situation that they faced. The village itself was very self-sufficient, so had very minimal contact with the outside world. But the location is incredibly rich and beneficial. Some of the strange things. So they're not welcoming to outsiders at all, it seemed. My employees had quite a lot of difficulty making headway among especially the employees of that local sawmill. And they even reported saying that the blood of God was on their hands. So a very strange line, a very strange statement that one of the residents made, because there is an old church there, a very old medieval church, the only building made of stone in this entire village, that is a center of the community, but also there are strange. My employees heard strange rumors about the goings on there, and the blood of God is something that they heard repeated multiple times.
Mm. Well,
churches and churchmen everywhere we go.
Yes.
Well, August, I feel like you're a upfront man, and you've asked me to come along. So let me give you my initial opinions and thoughts on this matter. I've had dealings with a few Vaesen in my time, in my 18 long years on this planet, and almost all of them live deep in nature and have small communities of people who coexist or worship them. If this beast is real, and if this village is saying such things as what you said, the blood of God flows there, or is on their hands, it's quite possible that the people there either worship or are something that we probably at this point don't fully understand, and you may not be able to acquire the land that you want from them.
Mm.
So, with the potential continuous harrowing of your people from Vaesen and forest trolls in this area, I want you to think long and hard about the economics of this and see if potentially expanding somewhere else may be more economically viable. I'll still go north. I'll still see what I can do, and maybe these are just rural, isolated folk, but already I get the feeling that there's more going on here, and I don't know if it's something that's going to be easily rectified. I decided to put all my cards on the table.
Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. My first priority for you is to, of course, find out what happened to Hammerstrom, if he is missing or what his fate was, and also to find out if there's any truth to this beast that was mentioned by Nils. If it's possible at all for this deal to go through, I of course would like to authorize you as my agents to complete any deal that the villages is willing to commit to, and of course I will reward you handsomely. And in fact, I'm giving you a large sum to take with you to Fernsta. I gotta move this map around again. The map is just a little bit too big.
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah, I can't get both city or both town names in there at the same time. There we go. To Fernsta. So I've made arrangements with Marta Karlström, who is kind of the village head. She's a leader in the church and one of the wealthier women of the village. the sum of money is for her to pay for your accommodation and also to begin to reopen negotiations for the sale of the land and of course her sawmill. So she's been very generous and offered to put you up during your stay there. So she should be your first contact when you arrive in the village. Unfortunately, it will be quite a long trip by coach. But I've tried to make it as comfortable as possible. My the coach from my sawmill, that the very same that I would use myself, is ready for you whenever you are allowed to depart. You can, of course, if you'd like to speak to poor Nils, he is in one of the rooms here in the dormitories. That you'll be. I can allow you to meet with him to see if he has anything. If he'll respond to you at all, and has any information that may be useful to you.
I would very much appreciate talking to him. And if you're going to have me be your man on this and potentially negotiate something, maybe we should spend the evening going over your work plans, areas you currently control, and what exactly you're after from them, so that when I get up there, I can make an appropriate deal.
Of course, I will share with you as much as I can. Barring anything that is confidential to my business. But of course, let me explain a little bit of my operation and our expansion plans.
Aksel invented corporate espionage.
Yes, 19th century Scandinavian corporate espionage. The game.
I'm going to get that 9th point of wealth that isn't even on the character sheet. I make
it goes to 11.
super double wealthy.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So that's great. So you'll spend the rest of the night talking business, and at any time you can speak to Nils.
So
yes,
he presented us with this map at some point while they were talking.
Yes.
I'm going to inquire about the. Looks like there's about 3 buildings and/or towns marked down here that don't have names.
Oh, yes. So, So this we haven't made contact with anyone beyond the Fernsta village, and it seems to be that the wealth and control of this area is mainly centered there. I wouldn't know. I'm not sure if it's worth your time to explore any of these smaller areas, but perhaps in the future, once this deal is made, we'll find out exactly.
Yeah, Nils scoffs at that. Perhaps more planning and infrastructure is needed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but from what my employees say, the operation in Fernsta is quite impressive for their primitive kind of low technology approach to retrieving the timber from these very rich forests. And if you want to roll observation, there may be something else you notice. Either of you guys. If you are questioning anything, because Nils seemed to be the most questioning.
Yeah, go for it, Nils.
No.
You can sleep off some anger, probably, or nervousness.
Yeah, okay.
Hopelessness.
I think so. The whole fact that there's another Nils here who has had a mental breakdown has kind of got me off my game.
Yes,
I think I will become frightened somewhat surreptitiously.
Okay. Oh, and definitely the shouts you've heard. Oh, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, and the shouts you've heard coming from the dormitories, the howls of terror and things, have probably been a little bit disconcerting. So you can even hear them above the sound of the sawmill occasionally. Yes. So the one thing you've noticed in questioning Van Meyer, there's something beyond the forests and the timber that this deal is giving him access to. So there seems to be a deeper motivation. You can't quite tell what that is, but he keeps emphasizing the richness of the land and how this deal needs to go through. It's very important to his business. So you would think that a strange complication like this may make him look for greener forests, for greener pastures for his expansion, but he seems very determined. So there's an odd...
there's more there than he's telling us.
Yes, yeah. There's more there that he wants to exploit.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely talk to Aksel about that when we're alone.
Okay. Good. So would you like to meet with the disturbed Nils Lindeskold?
Yeah, I think I would, and I think I'd like Nils to maybe go prepare some drinks that he can bring in.
Oh, okay.
Soothe the guy's anguish.
Yeah, do we
mellow him out a little bit?
So he's putting us up, right?
Yes, yeah, you can spend. There's nice furnished rooms.
Okay, yeah. So I'll prepare. I'll try to find a kitchen or something, and hopefully they won't object to me preparing something there.
No, you've been given the run of the place. People know kind of the importance of your presence. They've been informed. So the employees are very helpful.
I'll put together a little crudité and some sherry.
All right, and when you're ready, one of the employees leads you to the room where Nils, the employee, has been kept. And your first impression of him is it looks like he lost his mind completely. He's just sitting on the small bed in the room, just hugging his knees and kind of mumbling to himself. He kind of alternates between crying and just screaming in despair. Van Meyer also warned you. Please take precautions. He could get physically dangerous. Some of my employees have he's clawed and swung at and even bitten some of my employees that have attempted to help him. So please be cautious when you question him, and make sure that you protect yourselves.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
And so Nils, as I said, is on the bed, just kind of hugging his knees. He's sobbing, and then he'll growl sometimes. He'll make these growling, screeching noises, like he's imitating something, and just mutters about the dark beast and red eyes. So you can make out from what he's saying. You make those things out over and over again.
Okay, I'll walk in and see that he's a crazy man. All right, and I'll just now I'm going to say your name a lot. I want you to use context clues here, Nils, to see if I'm talking to you or to him. Okay,
Sir.
Hello, Nils.
Hello. Oh, sorry. Nils is a little rattled right now. So
yeah. Nils, why don't you pour us those drinks? Or unless you already have.
Yeah.
But I think it's best.
You say that and it's in your face.
Let me approach him here. I'll take about 2 glasses. I think when his condition will be better if only one of us approaches him at a time.
I've prepared some small nibbles for you, sir, and I'll just set that on the dresser.
Maybe
Nils is a little uncomfortable that someone else named Nils is crazy in this room, so he's probably going to leave.
Nils, why don't you go ahead and take that small knife with you? We probably don't need that in here with everything.
Oh, well, there you go.
Like we don't even this just cheese knife. It's a little too. It's fine. You can have all of it.
Maybe the sharp crackers.
Those will be fine.
I'm gonna go find some millet for Hedvig.
Excellent. I'm sure he's hungry. Have you fed him on the trip?
Well, of course.
Pockets full of this stuff.
Yeah. All right. So when Nils finally leaves, I'll turn around with 2 drinks in my hand. And Hello, Nils. My name's Aksel. Maybe you heard I was coming to talk to you?
So he's kind of swaying a little bit. He just looks at you and doesn't say anything. He stopped babbling like once he saw your presence and your back and forth with Nils. He kind of calmed down and focused on you, but he's not talking at all. And he does reach out to take the glass from you.
Okay. Excellent. I'll hand him a glass. As I said, my name's Aksel Olafrsson. I was hired by August to investigate the horrific thing that happened to you. I'm the head member of the society. Have you heard of that? Is he responding at all, or is he just staring at me?
He's just staring at you. He's not quite having a conversation. He's just like kind of waiting to see
how much more alcohol I'm going to give him.
Yeah, right. How much? Yeah, right. Yeah, and if you want to just kind of visually, if you'd like to make a medical roll, you can kind of appraise him physically a little bit more, and see what these symptoms feel like. Oh, nice.
Got one success. Don't have to push yet. Yeah.
Excellent. So he's wearing the same dirty nightshirt that he fled weeks ago in. So they haven't been able to redress him. And he is also covered with scratches. They're healing, but he has many pretty bad scratches from just fleeing through the woods and the branches and bushes just kind of like cutting him, because he returned from what Van Meyer explained to you. He returned on horseback directly, so he rode that whole way that you were going to ride by coach, just directly on horseback, wearing nothing but a nightshirt. And you can tell from your kind of amateur medical assessment that he suffered some sort of severe shock that still hasn't abated. But he does drain the glass and then looks up at you and says, "It was a dark beast, huge, with red eyes."
Sounds horrifying. Can you describe any more of it?
It was so black that night. All I could see was its eyes, red, burning eyes.
Well, Nils, I want you to know that me and my companion, the gentleman that just left, deal with this sort of thing often, and we've had nothing but successes. I know this is rough. I know this is hard, but do you remember Maria Carlson? The woman you went there to go speak to?
Yes, the blonde woman. Yes.
How did she treat you guys? Was she friendly?
Very kind. Very kind. Yes, Gottfried was very fond of her. And he begins to sob and kind of sinks down.
I'll take the glass from him and hand him the glass.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he takes your full glass and drinks a bit more. And so yeah,
I want you to know that we're going to find out what happened, and when we find Godfrey, we'll find him and bring him back to you to safety here.
Please save Gottfried from the beast. Please save him. And then Nils just bursts into this weird howling screech, probably similar to what he heard. So it sounds like what he's trying to imitate is like a large cat, like the howling that you would hear, like a large
Like a
jungle. Yeah, like a large
growling noise. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very cat-like and strange, and that's basically all you get from him. And it looks like his current state doesn't say this very well, but it looks like at one time, he was quite a professional, well-groomed professional associate of Von Meyer, but he's just completely fallen apart after this encounter.
Well, we're gonna find Godfrey, but what would be great is if you could get yourself cleaned up, so when he returns, you guys can have a nice dinner and laugh about all the weird things that happened.
Excellent. Yeah, why don't you roll inspiration to see if he's hearing.
Hey, Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
Is there company like staff here, like clerks or foremen or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a huge sawmill, a huge kind of modern sawmill. Yeah, so you would have the and Van Meyer would give you access to any employees that you'd want to interact with.
I think during this time, Nils is gonna try to distract himself from his nerves by trying to find someone who has some amount of clout, like someone in charge that might know about his plans for the North.
Oh, sure.
And try to pump them for a little information.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah. So that was two successes. Real quick. So yeah, his. So you saying that seems to have had a good effect on him to kind of like get himself together. So he hands you the empty glass and starts to kind of smooth, make an attempt to smooth his hair down. The horrible or kind of rat's nest from his from laying in bed. He's so he seems to be making a very weak attempt to kind of correct himself. So yeah, and
good man.
Yes, he seems much more calm by the idea that he'll see Gottfried again. Very good. Oh, and so and I guess you got an additional success. You got two successes there. So he also tells you watch the church. The church is very important to this village. When you are there, watch the church. So that's the last thing he says to you.
All right, I'll take the glass and walk over and pop a couple slices of whatever it is that Nils prepared me in my mouth. And then I guess I'll carry my own tray and head back out.
Oh no! Yes.
Do you do that, or do you just absentmindly leave it there?
No, I think I pick it up because I'm eating it right now. I think I'll pick it up and eat it and kind of wander around with this tray of foods, trying to get try to be a man of the people and get a vibe of the camp, even though I'm probably not very good at that. Offer people little cheese platter niblets and whatnot as I go around.
Nice.
This is what servants do, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so Nils finds so asking around to the employees that are there is directed to the foreman. So Matthias is the foreman of the sawmill, and he's says he's willing to answer any questions you have about his operation, and is excited. He seems very optimistic and excited about the expansion that you make. He says, do you see how many logs we float down these rivers. It's just such an abundance. Van Meyer is a genius when it comes to running this company. We've got more work than we know what to do with. More and more forests are coming under the control of the Van Meyer mills.
So does this guy seem more less refined? Like maybe more working class, or
yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a bit rougher, and very impressed. Yeah, very impressed by Van Meyer. He's idolizing this guy. So yeah, he was probably a local that was given a job and got elevated to foreman. So he's beyond what he ever thought he would accomplish in life.
When Aksel's not around and Nils is not in like a high society situation,
mm-hmm.
Nils will if he needs to, he'll slip into olden days Nils and get kind of blue collar with people and change sort of his speech and what have you. And so I'll look him over and yes, he seems real excited about this, but I don't know. It almost seems like he's one of those crazy gold miners or something. So what's going on up there? Come on, you and I, we're just working stiffs, right?
Yeah.
The bosses are always keeping something from us, but I can tell you're smart. What's he really got up there?
So there's been some so he lets you in, Matthias kind of lets you in on some of the rumors that he's heard. Is it basically anybody that's gotten a chance to glance at any of the letters that came back from Fernsta says, I think Van Meyer is diversifying as far as we haven't been led on to exactly what he's up to, but he seems to have new prospects in mind. There's more than trees up north. Is the rumor that we've been hearing? So he may be maybe getting into other businesses that will help support what we're doing now. Something very lucrative, but we don't know.
Nils looks around all conspiratorially and leans in. Is it, the yellow stuff? Is it?
I don't think it's quite that valuable, but something from the earth. There's been a lot of mention of a bountiful earth. So I would suspect it's underground.
Well, and I'll slap him on the back. You play your cards right, you'll be a very rich man. Or we'll all be dead.
Well, here's hoping. Let's. I put my faith in Van Meyer and his dreams of a future North. So I hope that's the case.
What do you know about him? His background? Is he a pretty upstanding fellow, or is he one of those cutthroat kind of businessmen?
Well, he's as far as we know, that he's told, said to the papers and let be known. I think he's of noble birth. His family was some sort of aristocracy, so that was the money that led him to build his empire. But he has a good mind. He has a good head. He's a good head for this business. So and no one has had a bad word to say about any of his business deals. He brings jobs. He brings prosperity to wherever he reaches. So we're quite impressed with the man.
Produce a couple cigarillos from my coat.
Nice.
And a lighter, and hand him one and light it for him, and I take a deep puff and rich kids, huh? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I wish I was born to the wrong parents, that's for sure.
You and me both, mate. You and me both. All right, well, it's good talking to you.
Yes. So good luck. Good luck up north.
Cheers.
And Yes. Good. All right. So yeah, they there's been some talk among the employees, but no one's quite sure what the other motive is quite yet.
I'll stamp out my cigarette well before I get back to Aksel and straighten my coat and recover my senses and try to go find him.
All right. Excellent. So anything else you want to do before your night's sleep?
I don't think I'm going to be. No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Can I sleep away the fear, or do I need to drink a bottle of sherry or something?
No, that's fine. And probably the cigarette and the cigarillo and the conversation with the foreman would even help you. Yeah.
Cool.
So you didn't have to listen to. There's no more howling coming from the dormitory and everything. So yeah, you can get rid of your frightened even before you sleep. That was a good enough activity.
So when we're alone, I'm preparing this clothing or whatever. I'm gonna talk to Aksel. Sir, I couldn't help but notice that our employer was sort of concealing a motive, I think. And so I took the liberty while you're with the crazy man to speak to some of the staff. And there's a general thought that he's after some other sort of wealth in the north beyond just the timber interest. They're not sure what it is, but it is of the earth, apparently.
Well, it's not like we haven't dealt with trolls before that lived in areas that the earth had mystical properties that gave people longevity and good feelings. It could be as simple as that. Maybe we've ran into another set of forest trolls. The last ones were relatively easy to deal with, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Nils isn't crazy. He is just dealing with something. He'll be fine.
Oh, thank you.
There's no reason to worry. No, I was talking about you in that case.
Just talking to the camera, breaking the fourth wall.
You Ferris Bueller-ing me right
now. With that in mind, make sure my camera is packed. If we can get an image of one of these things, it could be the cover of my book.
Sir.
Yes.
Do you think a beastie that drives men mad could pause for your elaborate photographic device?
Well, we haven't talked to it yet, have we? So far, some of the Vaesen, the last trolls again that we ran into, they were easy to deal with. They talked and understood. They didn't want a picture taken, but they didn't attack or try to do anything.
But in fairness, the trolls were a little more reasonable than this seems to be, perhaps.
Well, maybe, but I think until we get a read on the town and this Maria, Nils, not you, the other, did say that he felt the church had something to do with this. So, as in the building itself, maybe it held secrets, or that they held it in high regard. I feel like if we get there and there's a chance for you to slip in and take a look, that may be a good idea. But again, I don't want you burning the thing down, just looking around.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Don't burn it down. Yes, sir.
I feel that I've tried many different approaches, and I feel like this one we're going in as August's man to try to renegotiate. I don't know if we should go in all cards on the table that we're members of the society, or maybe after we find out if the people there know about this beast. It's very hard to know exactly what happened. I don't know if they were waylaid on the way back, if it happened in the town. I feel like there's a lot that we're going to have to just suss out once we get there.
So you weren't able to get any specifics from Lesser?
It was a dark beast. It was super dark. It had red eyes. When I said that we were going to try to find Godfrey, he felt like he didn't say he saw him killed or murdered, which is a good sign. Maybe this is a swapping prison. We'll give you a man for a berry or a sprig of holly or something. And he said that Maria was very friendly and that her and Godfrey were on good terms. It sounded like maybe even more than just business friends.
Maybe she knows more about his special interest up there.
Assuming that she isn't in on whatever's going on, but seeing how she's the head person here, and if she's willing to make this deal, this whole thing again seems a little funny. If all right, I'm just spitballing here from what we've determined so far.
Mm-hmm.
Either Maria herself is another forest troll or something along those lines, and I don't know why she would then make deals, be friendly with everybody, but then attack unless maybe some deal was reneged upon. Or she herself has made a deal, and that has led to her success in this town. And we're taking it one step too far and angering the creatures that she made the deal with. It seems like there's a lot of deals and promises that people keep breaking and going back on.
Human nature.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you turn it into a good investment opportunity, but I wouldn't suggest to do it regularly.
Don't take this the wrong way, sir, but I also discovered that he is just a man of old wealth. He didn't just become some sort of business savant. He was born into the money, and perhaps some of those sorts of folks make the most rational decisions in business.
Well, I must say his use of local labor, and it seems like all the people that he works with love him. So maybe not an all-around bad man either.
Perhaps.
I mean, think of how the people back at the castle would speak of me. I think they would speak positively, I hope. Try to treat them well.
Pause.
I think you're meaner to them than I am.
Oh, of course, sir, of course. But I think in general you're considerate in nature. But even the cruelest coachman still greases the wheels of his wagon. So, let's not take too much stock in that when it comes to his character.
Right. Well, I feel like often when we're in these situations, we stride forward boldly and see where it takes us. Now,
and then run away screaming. Yes.
Now, I heard you ask about these other locations on the map that we saw.
Yes, sir.
If there is potentially strife here between different factions, Vaesen, or just people. Maybe a little detour once we're off the road, or away from here and away from August, to this little habitation not far off of the path we're taking.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can get an early read on the situation. I love to try to get more facts than what we've been given before we get to our destination.
Sir, I think, what is it the Americans say? We are on the same page in this one. Perhaps even blitzing across the river to the other ones.
It's starting to get warmer. We'll see how friendly this coachman is it's taking us. They can sometimes be a surly bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I could go for one of those delicious mousses you make. Did you bring cocoa powder,
sir?
Well,
all right. Let me prepare a little bed in this dresser drawer for Hedwig, and then I'll whip up a moose.
Excellent.
As a good soldier, Hedwig, good night.
Nice. All right. So you have a nice, quiet, uneventful night. The room is surprisingly comfortable. Nice mattresses on the beds. So
this is like an estate, right? Like is this an actual house, or is this just?
These are just the rooms that would be for the employees of the. Okay. So he kept you at the sawmill basically, but it's quite a luxurious place. You're really surprised. So it was dormitory rooms, but more like a suite that you're staying in for official kind of business guests and things.
I wonder if 19th century mills stink the way modern mills stink.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. It wasn't mentioned, but anything processing wood can get a little rough because they treat the wood too. Yeah, they cut it and treat it, so there must be some chemicals and stuff involved.
Great. Everywhere we stay smells.
Yes, the modern age just reeks industrialization. Oh, so here's Von Meyer. I didn't share him before.
I like that bushy stash.
Yes. Yeah, so he's very well groomed and looks very
I don't trust him as much now.
No,
he has a smile behind that mustache.
Yeah, all of the character portraits are super. They want to make you super suspicious. Everyone is kind of leering and weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but he's very well groomed and put together. And he has a rich, something I'm not able to recreate, but a deep, rich baritone voice that kind of commands respect from people. Is the impression you got from him? All right. Okay, so in the morning, you're fed an amazing, very hearty breakfast, and you receive a leather case with full of Swedish kroner as compensation for. I'm sorry, it's Marta Karlström. So Marta Karlström needs this cash fund, for her hospitality of putting you up during your visit. And you'll be staying in her residence itself.
Excellent. And how long is the coach ride?
It will be a day's journey. You will probably not make it just as the sun sets.
Oh, okay.
But you'll take my one of my personal coaches from the sawmill, and that should get you. I can't say that it won't be a rough ride. The roads are not well developed to this small village, but it may not be comfortable. But this coach will get you there safely.
Excellent.
So so if you want
return with a signed contract soon.
Wow, that would be the best result. So good luck, and if you need anything, please feel free to send communication to me, and I'll respond as quickly.
Oh,
as
I'm sorry.
possible.
One more thing before we go, as we're getting to the coach. Has anyone spoken with Maria since in the last 2 weeks since this all happened? Is she okay?
Yes. So, there's been, yes. So Marta has sent communication.
Oh, Marta.
Yes. Has sent communication and was very, she sent our, just inquiring about our lost employee and hoping that he would be found soon, and also of the condition of Nils. So she met with both of these men and was worried about their condition, and I told her that we still haven't found, located, what's the other guy's name? We still haven't found Godfried. Yes, we still haven't found Godfried. Godfried is still missing, but yes, she seemed to be very sympathetic to our cause, and made the offer for return, which you will be doing, for me.
Nils was, as you know, hard to speak to, though it seemed like I maybe cheered him up slightly. Were they returning back when this event happened?
No, the business deal, nothing had been finalized as far as I know. Marta didn't say anything about completion of any deal, so I think negotiations were still in progress.
Okay. Excellent. Well, we should be on our way. We want to get there as close after
yes.
potentially before the sun sets.
Yes, I recommend.
Is it just the two of us going? Or
yeah. He didn't offer, unless you would like to request. Yeah, but he didn't offer.
No, that's okay.
To send
and a coachman, right?
And the coachman. So you'll have a coachman with you.
Shall I ride with the coachman, sir, and try to influence his detours potentially?
I think it'd be best. Yes.
Good
man.
I will need one monies.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
I'll hand him a stack of coin. One monies to you, sir.
Thank you.
One capital.
Yeah, so you can roll those bonus. Yeah, if you're going to negotiate financially with the coachman, you can roll Aksel's bonus dice. You can roll the capital. The additional dice. So it's 5 at this point. Well,
it's very plus 5 at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're negotiating with a financial compensation, you can do plus 5. This poor coachman doesn't know what he's in for.
He's going to be under our employment. He's our new coachman.
Yeah, that's right.
Once the coach is underway and all the noise is going, Nils will revert back to his blue collar lingo and start talking to the coachman. Hey there. We're going to need $2. You don't mind, do you? And I'll hand him some small monies.
Okay. Detours. What? This is a very undeveloped path. Where would you like to go besides Fensta?
I believe right up the road here, there's some sort of building or village or something off the road a little in the trees.
Okay. Well, as we make our way, please let me know where you need to go. Of course, if it's impassable, I can't take the coach on a completely rough path. But yes, we can make it as a stop.
Are you familiar with these grounds?
I've made this trip previously, but it's very rough. Yes, I don't recommend we venture too far. And by the time we get up north, there's not much of what you would call a road, anyhow. So prepare for a very a rough ride towards the last stage, the last stage of our trip.
Oh man, I hope I'm not messing this map up for you guys.
Oh, I got a green circle.
Yeah, your green circle.
How do you remove that?
Oh, I don't know. Delete green circle.
Oh no! I was trying
Yeah,
to use
I
the little measure.
Oh, yeah.
It made a
I can't.
circle.
Oh no. Yeah, I can't interact with that at all. Well, that's the blast radius. So yeah, you guys got to make sure.
I was trying to get an estimate of how far
yeah, how far just the first
building is from harness sound.
Right.
And I'm gonna actually open that chest of money as we're going and count it out to see how much money is actually in there and see if there's anything else hidden in it and that type of stuff.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. Going through. Let's see. I think
if you don't have an exact dollar amount, you could just tell me it's a lot of money, or it's like
it's a lot. It's a case. Yeah, a case just full. So it's a lot more than it would cost, to put you up for these few days. So it's obviously some sort of additional compensation for her trouble, and maybe something that's supposed to lubricate the deal. Yeah, it seems like, so you suspect just from this amount that she may be one of the holdouts, or she may be one of the difficulties in completing the sale.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's the owner of the small sawmill up there, so she's the kind of the village head and the owner of their small mill. All right.
Mouse over and tap delete is what Google said. That's what I did.
Yeah. It doesn't. I can't. It doesn't do anything. It's fine. It's still see through. So it just looks very green now. It's an oppressive green.
Take it away and bring it back. Would that maybe?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Nonsense.
Sure. Let me. So I'll move you guys back to the front. See what happens. Yeah. Let's see if it remembers anything. All right.
I also can't figure out how to unselect all these little control buttons on the upper left.
Oh yeah. The menu. Yeah, the menu is.
It's just one. The one on the upper left, I think, is the type of. The ones on the left is the type of button, and the one on the right is what option underneath it, like the drop down menu, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it's still there.
God damn it!
I made something now too. Oh god, I made two of them. I'm gonna stop. I was trying to close it.
I don't know.
It's getting worse. Uh-oh.
That's okay. If I just quit clicking.
That's weird that it's such a permanent thing. Yeah, the only a programmer would think of not having instant undo.
Why would you need to remove a circle?
Yeah, you never do anything that you don't intend to. Nice.
Damn it! Don't let me.
All right. So
How it better be so simple, because I will.
I know. Yeah, I don't think it has drag and drop from what I've played around with, but assembling the menus and like kind of telling it what things are what seems to be pretty straightforward. Astro was perfect. Astro was really good. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that's gone now forever. That code is just deleted. Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear the kind of conspiracy theory that basically Wizards of the Coast, their next move is just deleting, once they think they have their digital platform working, is just deleting the DM's Guild and basically just hobbling Drive-Thru RPG to this second-rate digital resource. Yeah. Because that seems to be it's just conspiracy talk, but that seems to be what their plan was. The OGL to seize all the digital assets, control of all the third-party digital assets, then control the platform by getting rid of DM's Guild, which is a majority of the profit, majority of the income. And if you hurt Drive-Thru RPG, that also hurts Roll20 because they're partnered now. And so you're going to be taking two competitors out at the same time by replacing the platform and replacing the marketplace. That's scary. And I'm sure somebody thought of that. I'm sure somebody at Hasbro or Wizards was thinking that, but whether they're going to actually execute that or not is another question. But that's going to be once that happens. I can't imagine Wizards of the Coast maintains any goodwill whatsoever with the community.
No.
have to totally rebuild the player base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But-
yeah. But they might want the new kids, those new cool kids. They're all inclusive and diverse and awesome. We suck, but they're the future, baby.
Oh, I figured it out.
Oh, he's got it. Oh, yay!
How'd you do it?
So you have to have that circle selected.
But
And
this
then
makes
you-
more circles. I'm scared.
No. And you click that little box in the center of your circle.
Oh,
and
okay. That's
hit
the
delete.
Okay.
okay.
There
There it goes.
there you
That's not good. What is that based on? Super unintuitive.
And those aren't categories. The circle, cone, and the rectangle are all different things.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so you want to roll manipulation with that +5 for the coachman,
Well, I'd be happy to.
and see if he.
Does it?
He's-
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to describe based on what I saw on the map where it is, too. Like, I'm
Sure.
hoping he's like, oh, yeah, I saw that one time or something.
Yeah. Right. yes. Oh, yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll to see if he's
Manipulation.
gonna risk.
You said 5 dice?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your manipulation +5. Yeah,
Oh,
because you're
Axel, you're coming through, kid.
you pulled the wad out and
Being super rich is useful.
feeling off.
Oh my god!
Okay, you're embarrassing me now. You're using my name.
All that money, you must have dropped it, or some of those bills look a little dirty.
I think I'm a little angry now.
Okay, you're getting it. All right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. Wow. All right. So, yeah, the coachman, yeah, I can take you, from what you're describing, I'm pretty sure that's a logging camp. It belongs to Venmeyer. The Venmeyer logging camp is on the way to Fernsta. If you'd like to stop there, that's we can. If you make it worth my time, that's a possibility.
So it's one of his own logging camps?
Yes, yeah. It's just one of the advanced.
He didn't tell. That's weird.
Yes, yeah. You didn't say, yeah, and it's a bit remote, so it's not something that.
But I was literally like, "What is this?" And he's like, "I don't know. We haven't explored that."
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. But yeah, it has to be like, because you were successful about him taking you there. Yeah, it was I wanted to have it be something that was known. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was just trying. So and that's what. So possibly on the map, he didn't want to go into too far of how developed things were. But when you spoke to the coachman, what he's familiar with, there is less than halfway there. There's a logging camp.
Yeah, I'll tell him. There's a good man. Definitely will be taking a short stop there. My master needs to check the grounds, and there may be a couple other stops, depending, and we'll make it worth your while.
Very good. All right, then. As long as the coach comes back in one piece, I don't know. I'm willing to go out of the way.
You're pretty free with my money.
All right. Okay. So so you won't make it. Yeah, you won't make it before sundown, if that's okay. if you don't mind. But yeah, you do. Yeah, let's give this guy a name. Olaf will take you. The coachman takes you off the path, and it's a small logging camp, and it's independent. They work for the Van Meyers, but the Van Meyer mill, but they are independent. And it seems like, and they're not. They notice, they recognize the coach and are not very friendly.
Really?
Yeah, when you're approaching, because they've been probably established here for a long time and are kind of grudgingly agreeing to work with Van Meyer, and have started, are using more modern tools and things. They've had to abandon the old style of saws and things to be able to produce enough to maintain their relationship. So they're a little hostile. You notice. So yeah, there's and yeah, basically, and they'll explain to you too that he thinks he can buy his way up here, but we've been here for generations, hundreds of years. We've lived in these forests, and they're not for sale. They're how we've lived for many years, and the oldest families of this area have owned the oldest forests. We don't like his aggressive attempt to control what we've done for generations.
Oh man, I am just shooting Aksel these like looks through this whole story because it just sounds like every other thing we've had to deal with.
Uh-oh.
Here we go again. Ancient local civilizations that are pissed.
Yep. Well, I don't really feel like I need to do a gigantic speech and try to turn these people to my side and rise up, take your power back stuff. So,
you want to roll observation? Yeah, I want to roll observation just to see if there's any other details.
Is that Aksel or both of us?
Oh, yeah, whichever. Yeah, both of you can do it if you want to look around and. There we go.
I got a success.
All right.
Of course.
Well, so I'm on a roll for my pride.
Oh.
Yep.
How's your pride feeling?
It's feeling angry right now.
So Aksel can decide whether or not he divulges this, but you do see on one of the cabins in the logging camp, you do notice there is a Triskela. The Odin's horn is painted.
Oh, Jesus.
It's painted on one of the walls of the logging camp.
So, I know you just kind of brought this up. Am I assuming that every time I see this is related to that cult?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's related. Yes.
They have a presence here in some manner?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that there's some sort of presence.
Well, that changes things. Well, Nils?
Sir?
Why don't you take our good man Olaf back to the carriage? I'd like to maybe say a few things to these fine lumber folk. If you don't mind.
Sir? I look at him because I am angry.
Yeah.
Of course. Very well, sir. And I guess I'll take Olaf back to have a smoke on the other side of the coach.
Okay. All right.
Who's the head man here? Is it you, the man I've been speaking to?
Yes. Yeah. I run this camp.
Did you sell over all rights of this camp, August?
No. We maintain independence. We have quotas. We have production quotas that we need to meet for the Van Meyer. But we maintain our independence.
Well, my name is Aksel. Maybe you've heard of me?
It's possible.
Olafrsson? No?
Olafrsson, yes.
Does he actually? Is he just smiling along? He doesn't actually know who I am, right?
No. He doesn't. Yeah, he's just being agreeable. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you see, I am currently doing some scouting for some of my own investments, and me and August have a little bit of history in the few years that I've been in charge of my family's estates, and quite frankly, I don't like the way he handles things. I feel like he's bringing in far too much technology and getting rid of our old culture.
Yeah,
I'm looking to supplant him in this area as, let's say, the Wood Baron, as he likes to call himself. He doesn't call himself that, but that's fine.
Nice.
I'm looking to bring back the old ways. And I know that you men here, Yuns too, I've looked at his books. The Fool showed them to me. I know what you used to produce, and it was, well, frankly, it was good enough. I don't know why he had to bring in all this new stuff and the smell of it now. So, I'm just putting this out here. There's going to come a time shortly where you will be given an offer from me to, how can I say, work with me exclusively and potentially getting good old August out of here. Like I said, I want things to go back the way they were. I appreciate our culture and the way we've done things. I don't know why we have to continuously update and change things. I just want you to know that there is someone here who sees what's going on and understands how you feel. And while I do want to turn a profit, who doesn't? I do not have the same desires that he does in terms of maximum profitability.
Yeah, so Olaf, he's been nodding. Yeah. Olaf's been nodding encouragingly, through everything you're saying.
And Olaf, I can't help notice, and I'll kind of lean in and kind of look over at the triple horn thing. This icon you have here, I've seen it before, and it didn't bode well for the people who displayed it. Is this something you guys put up, or?
It's a part of the old ways. It's our culture. We are the free ones. We follow the old ways. The prosperity of this area is due to our sacrifice and due to our labor. So we will always remain free, regardless of what things like Van Meyer tries to impose on us.
Just be careful, because I've seen men who have spoken as you have, but themselves have placed themselves in bondage with this symbol and are not good men. I hope that I can see you are a good man and that I can trust you. So please don't tell any of August's men about this, but it will not be long before I make my move here, and when it does, I would love to come back, maybe with a little wine and celebrate with you men. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that there's people who are aware of your plight.
Very good, very good. Yes, please. If you speak with Marta in Fernstad, she will tell you more.
Marta, yes. Thank you. I will. And I'll, nod to each of them and, in a friendly, making eye contact. I'm not your superior. I'm not filthy freaking rich. Don't you worry about that.
Right. Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it seems to be, I think without even a roll, just the acknowledgement of that, it has a good influence on them. So they're much less. They've warmed up a bit, the whole atmosphere, because now they know that you're not representing some imposition that the Van Meyer's imposing on them or anything. That sounds good.
And one more thing, I grab this off of his desk and I'll pull up the little map we have of the area, assuming that I have it. If not, I'll
sure.
figure out my way. And there's these. We came here because we wanted to find good folk like you. Can I assume that there's more lumber camps at these other 2 locations I can see?
Yes, exactly. We're all holdouts from this acquisition of this area. Van Meyer's been buying the land, but we're the ones that work it. And without us, I have a feeling the fertile lands that he thinks he owns will wither and die.
Yes, the machines do that to nature. Thank you. And I'll walk jauntily back to the.
All right. Nice.
They seem like good folk. I'll say loudly as I.
Stamp. So anyway, there's a squeak in this wheel, and my master does not tolerate a squeak.
Yeah, Matthias says, I'll get right on that. And he finishes up his...
Wait a minute, I thought your name was Olaf.
Oh, Olaf, sorry. Oh, that's right. The foreman, sorry. I looked around and said, Olaf, yeah, Olaf. Olaf says...
and deceivers everywhere.
Olaf says, yeah, I'll get right on that. And he finishes the cigarillo you offered him. That's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Looking
it's funny
at the wrong part of my notes. All right. So do you want to any other? Oh, so yeah. So Olaf says, any other detours on our trip, or are we headed for Fransta?
I think we're okay heading straight to Fransta.
Okay.
You don't want to rush to all the other places? That's normally how you operate.
Yes, but
sorry, sir. I'm a bit on edge right now. It's a bumpy ride.
Olaf, we don't want to break an axle, and or horse's leg, and in the dark they'd be quite dangerous. No, I say we go to Fransta.
Okay.
In that case, I'm riding inside the coach.
All right.
Okay, I'll fill you in on the little bit that
Oh yeah.
Once we get to the logging cabins, they're not happy.
Are you telling me about the symbol?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I'll tell them. Yeah, like again, that symbol showed up. The 3 horns. They say it's the old ways, as I was kind of suggesting. It's connected to a lot of things, so I don't really think it means anything. But I imagine we'll see it quite a bit on our travels here. It's kind of an old religious symbol.
Sir, perhaps in your research at the castle, maybe you've come upon a organization that's in opposition to the society?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few individuals. Am I aware of an organization?
Oh yeah, no, they're actually the faction, the kind of faction dispute in the society. The Rosen. Oh shoot, let me look real quick at the name of it. So there's a group that of dissenters that believe that all Vaesen are the work of the devil, and so they need to be killed. So the Rosenbergs. So Rosenbergers, sorry. The Rosenbergers you know of was a faction that broke off from the society. So the dispute between understanding and working with Vaesen and more harmony with nature versus the Rosenberger approach of killing this devil spawn is something you do know about as far as what would oppose any kind of old ways or nature cults.
They're not associated with the triple horn, though, right?
No, the Rosenbergers aren't. No, they're
But perhaps no organization that maybe is on the other side of the coin from the Rosenberg, sort of a military version that's
pro-Vaesen,
pro-Vaesen, but anti-human.
Again, I know I've seen some notes of some off-the-wall individuals. Do I know of an organization like that? Maybe a specific cult is in that way, but
yes, perhaps some religious zealots. We seem to be lousy with those. But
we're lousy with the kind that from the church that want to destroy everything. Maybe if we just let them at each other, it'll all balance itself out. But I'm joking. I'm joking. There is a few. Are you suggesting that something's going on here, or
well, it's just very
back at the
strange
castle?
that we've seen strange men in Uppsala with that symbol. We've seen it on the steel rock, and now you found it here so far away. That feels to me like some sign of organizational structure. Of course, you are the expert in these areas.
Like, it could be, but I feel like it's more a residual of the old beliefs. I think. I'm running out of ways to say. Just ignore this.
Well, if I'm getting a "don't push it" tone from you, I'll let it drop for now.
No, I'm trying not to get a "don't push it" tone. I'm trying to like just BS you out of it. No, like I said, I think it's called the Horns of Odin, right? It's connected with the old beliefs. So anywhere we find Vaesen, we're bound to find people that follow the old beliefs. I think it's just a universal symbol that's kind of used between all this old religion that's been fractured and isolated. Did I see the three triangle thing that one time?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
I think Nils kept it pretty quiet, pretty concealed, right? Yeah, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But not because of any nefarious. It more just because of my background.
Yes, of course. Oh, yeah, right. Of course. Yes. All right.
But if you see more of this, I'll pull up my paper and pen. I'll start making notes and trying to cross-reference things.
Nice.
Excellent, sir.
Excellent. All right.
I'm gonna have to kill Nils. Oh god!
No. This is the last adventure. He's not coming back.
Hey Nils, I have this wonderful bottle of alcohol for you.
Oh, that's the one with the red mark on it, sir. Ha ha ha!
That's right.
Oh, you got me.
I think we have a mystery breaking item that you can bring along with you now every time. All right. So you continue. So you continue on. So it's a little bit. It's later in the morning as you continue by coach through the woods, but still you can see that the Angerman River. So what the path kind of leads you along that river is full of logs floating downstream. So the further you get, though, the worse the road becomes, like Van Meyer had mentioned, and the sky slowly becomes hidden by trees. So it's very, very soon. It's hard to even tell what time of day it is. The trees have grown so tall and so dense that this rough road through the forest is actually it's quite dark. And by the time that you arrive, the sun is past setting, and it's probably well into evening once you reach Fernstra. And you can still see once you pull into the village, the most notable landmark, of course, is the old church. And let's do this. Is the old church. So you arrive from the south here, and pass a few houses. There's a long village hall. So all of the buildings, of course, are wooden buildings, but this church that you pass. So you go all the way through town. The Karlstrom residence is on the far side of the village, and as you make it past there, so her residence is right next to the sawmill, and the church itself is the only stone building in the village, and has a square tower on the church, and is very very striking. So looks like it's from the early Middle Ages. Very old building. So yeah, you see that in the moonlight, the only stone building, and then there's houses and cabins all along the way. There's not much. It's not really a very remarkable looking village. Very modest, modest houses, a general store, post office, a simple village hall where it looks like people congregate. And so yeah, you arrive so near the Fernstra stream. You see the sawmill seated there, and a very small kind of a primitive looking building. No no steam power or anything running it. There is a water wheel, a water wheel that's benefiting from that stream that powers the saws in the mill, and next to it is a beautifully ornate building, which is the residence, Marta's residence, the Karlstrom residence. And so as the coach pulls up, Marta, see Marta, where is she? There we go. Marta, the resident is lit, and an older woman, but a very beautiful blonde woman steps out of the residence and says, "Oh, thank goodness! I was worried something may have happened to you. The trip, you should have been here well before dinner time. But I am Marta Karlström. I am the owner of this mill, of course, and village head. I welcome you. Van Meyer communicated with me that you would be arriving. Of course, you will stay at my residence, and we will we'll discuss what we have to discuss, and hopefully we will find out what happened to the previous associates that Van Meyer sent. So please, yes. You must be tired."
How old, roughly?
She is not ancient. We'll say 40s from her look. Yes.
Another motherly figure to fix Aksel up with.
Yes. So she, let's see. She has blonde hair, and she's wearing it in a neat bun. She has a commanding presence, so you can tell she's the boss. She runs the mill. And you don't see any sign, no wedding ring or any sign of, it looks like she lives alone as she leads you into the residence. She is living alone.
Well, Nils will produce one of Aksel's cards and hand it to her. And
very good. Olafrsson. Very good. So she has a little bit of name recognition from the business card. And so her house is a 2-story tall house built from dark lumber, but very exquisite nature motifs are carved into the facade of the house. And please, this is my home. It's been my family home for generations. I hope you will be comfortable here. We have a bedroom prepared for you upstairs. And the interesting thing that you notice is that she doesn't have any servants in her house. It's just herself. She, of course, has employees from the mill, but you don't notice immediately any maids or servants inside this kind of large residence.
I think that maybe registers more with Nils than with me. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's right.
But these reliefs are exquisite. Was it your family that carved these?
They had the work done. We've always had a close relationship with nature, so I think they wanted this house to feel a part of the land where we live. We've always, my family's wealth has always come from these lands and the bounty of the forest.
Lovely. It seems like if you respect it, nature always gives you what you need.
Very true. Very true. Master Olafsson. And so, please, I have a hot dinner prepared for you. She offers you a hot meal of venison and beer, and there's some bottles of aquavit as well.
Nom, nom,
so,
nom.
So yeah, and she's very friendly, and makes small talk with you throughout the meal. I apologize. I've already eaten this evening. I was your late arrival caught me a little off guard. So I apologize for not. But of course the food is still hot. So I hope that it's to your liking.
I have to apologize. The woods here were so beautiful on the way up. I stopped for a short while and just sat and meditated in them and appreciated them. I'm from Uppsala, and the city, something beautiful here.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You're quite well versed in the flora and the fauna of the north, correct?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes, of course. I have spent many times studying the yakety schmackety pines and the
Perhaps
blah 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 ferns.
Tomorrow, you and it's Miss Karlstrom, correct?
Correct. I am unmarried. Yes, that's correct.
Perhaps you, Master and Miss Karlstrom, could take a little stroll in nature tomorrow.
I apologize. My man is so forward. He saw the way I was. How much I appreciated this amazing wood, and I'm afraid I've been going on at length about it. Please don't feel any need to spend with me time outside of the work that we already have established. I do not wish to impose. I'm sure you're a busy boy.
Yes, of course, but I will assist you in any way. Perhaps you have something for me. Van Meyer indicated that you may be delivering some compensation for the trouble we've had in our negotiation.
Yes, it is. I believe good man can grab it from the carriage outside.
At once, sir.
Yeah, so she's very happy to hear that it did arrive.
As soon as Nils leaves the room, you are an amazing woman, but it seems like you're running this entire place by yourself.
Yes.
Using the old ways, none of this new infernal machinery.
Of course.
I must say, I am torn. August asked me to come up here and negotiate this deal and research, try to find what happened to his men, which I'd love to ask you more about. But seeing the way that you live here, the life you live, I don't know if I can, in good faith, try to convince you to sign away anything here to him. This place seems lovely, and I would hate to have it taken from you for a few coin. I'm sorry, I'm speaking out of turn and against what I'm here for.
Yes.
But my man should be here any moment with the money. Lovely, lovely beer.
Yes, very, very good, very good. Yes, Mr. Olafrsson, I am. Yes, your name, your family name is familiar to me. Perhaps later in private, we will. There's something I'd like to speak to you about. But in the meantime, please finish your meal, enjoy your meal, and I can leave you alone to recover from your trip. I know it can be a little rough. Please let me know when you are ready to retire.
Of course.
For the evening.
You speak again tonight?
Perhaps yes. If there's time, of course.
Okay.
And yeah.
Wait for my man to show back up.
Your dowry. I mean hoard, sir.
Nice.
Miss Karlstrom.
Nice. So yeah, she's very eager to receive the case. And also let me deal with this, and I'll be right back with you. So she heads off.
You need my man to carry it?
No, I'm capable, very capable.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry.
look at her little cameo there. Is there anything unique about it?
Oh, yeah, it's the same sort of nature motif that you're seeing even in the decor of the house. There's a lot of kind of leaf patterns and things that are all kind of nature symbology. And yeah, her cameo is it's not an image of a particular. It's like a leaf, like a tree pattern. So yeah, things are very
What's it
of the
made of?
forest.
Is it just like a wood thing and not like an ivory like I would normally
Oh
think?
no, I think it would be precious. Yeah, I think it would be precious, but it has it's carved of a nature pattern. So like yeah, a tree, a full leaf tree with roots, yeah, extending.
Well, once she leaves the room, I'll say, "Sit down, Nils. Have some dinner. You look famished. I know you're hungry."
Thank you, sir. It's quite a alliance on rural pain here.
Well, they live a relatively simple life, or easy, hard. It's both. I would say.
Any sign of the you know what symbol?
No sign of it that I've seen. But it looks like your scheming has worked. I may be having a conversation with her, non-work related, later on tonight.
Oh, excellent. Perhaps the crimson smoking jacket?
Do you have something more down to earth?
Sir.
Of course not. Yes, the crimson jacket will be fine. Thank you. Maybe while I'm... Is there no one else in this house but the three of us?
No, yeah, it's just the three of you. Yeah, yeah. It's quite a large house, and yeah, there's no servants at all.
I think I actually all of a sudden realized that and actually asked Nils that.
Okay.
I haven't seen anyone. Do you want me to clean up? I could look around the kitchen.
I feel that maybe tonight when I'm entertaining Miss Karlstrom would be the correct time for that. For now, maybe we should...
So you're offending Nils now because it's just you don't leave stuff on the table. That's just not done. As you wish, sir.
So hard to read that, man. Anyways. But yes, I think, as we've done before, do you have your sneak about clothes with you?
Yeah. We're going to be upstairs.
Yes, yeah.
Should have bought the rope ladder.
That's right.
Unless there's one in one of these pockets.
I have not yet got a read on the situation, and I don't feel it's appropriate for me to walk about town. Maybe it'd be good for you to explore a little.
A little skullduggery.
Maybe, because what is it? We're shortly after dark, right? Or I guess now we've eaten and everything, so who knows?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty late. Like I think you would have arrived after dinner. You delayed yourself a couple of hours, so yeah, it's well dark, but it's a nice moonlit night, so you can yeah, you could see very clearly.
Once you're engaged with Miss Karlstrom, can do that for you, sir, of course.
Excellent.
Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Engaged.
Getting set up with a woman double your age, but this is going good.
I was just talking to Astrid the other day about that.
Oh.
How, I'm getting to the age that I need to start thinking about the future of the Olafrsson family, and it's time for me to find someone who's suitable. What's that?
Nothing.
All right. So Marta returns, having dealt with the case, and says, "Can I offer you some coffee? It seems that you finished, or perhaps some liqueur."
Miss
Something.
Karlström.
Yes.
Allow me to be so bold as to serve the two of you while you chat about higher things. I noticed that your staff seems to be off for the evening.
Yes. Actually, I don't require servants. If I need any assistance, of course, some of the employees at the mill help me, but I run a very modest house. Everything we have in the house, as you may have noticed from the meal, we produce ourselves. So there is nothing needed from the outside world. We're quite self-sufficient here.
You keep an excellent house. You are a very capable, strong woman, and I'm looking at Aksel while I'm saying this. But I would be honored if you would allow me to take over these labors for you this evening so that you may spend some quality time, again looking at Aksel, with my master.
He really is quite hard to change his mind once he has his mind set on something. I think it'd be easiest for you if you just agree.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your kindness. I think you'll find everything you need. Everything you'll need in the kitchen and so forth.
All right. So Nils will prepare some drinks for them and then clean up, and kind of be real nosy in the kitchen.
Okay. All right.
You'll have to excuse my man. He every beautiful, well-to-do woman that we run across, he tries to set me up with.
That's very flattering. Of course.
Yeah, you called her beautiful.
Yes, there are definitely things we need to discuss. I know that you're here for the to follow up on the concerns of Van Meyer, but of course, I immediately recognized your family name, and we may have something. We may have something in common that we should probably talk about. And so she kind of looks to see that Nils is out of earshot and busy in the kitchen, and basically we here follow the old ways, as I'm sure you understand. And
some would say the right way. Yes.
Yes. So do you know the expression liberorum let me try this one more time. Liberorum foedus. This would be something that you're familiar with. This links directly to the cult.
Liberorum folus?
Liberorum foedus. Yes. Yes, as you say, as we say in Swedish, the free ones. That is what we are, and I'm sure you have some familiarity with us. I believe your family was associated with this thinking.
Well, to be completely honest, not my family, me, but yes, took some tutelage from some members.
Yes. Yes. So the kind of your understanding, like your understanding of this group that you've had, that you kind of are indebted to, is it's the 12th century kind of pagan reinterpretation of Christianity, and the symbol, the Odin's horns, is the symbol of them, and they've called themselves the Free Ones, or the League of the Free, and
Solved it.
and and so she's trying to feel you out about the your relationship, or your feelings about their beliefs.
Yes, I would say that I do have much experience, and you have helped inform my views on the world. But I don't entirely agree with the entire doctrine. I do appreciate the connections to nature and understanding those that still live on this world that are not us, and how they interact, and what we both owe them, and what they can offer us.
Yes.
I've noticed a lot of people in this area claim to be of the Free Ones. I was not aware that they were so prolific.
Yes, well, wherever you find the abundance of nature, we are usually there, because it takes sacrifice. Some in this village said the blood of God is on our hands, and it is our responsibility to provide for ourselves by following the old ways, and that does mean blood. Blood will be spilled.
Well, blood is always unfortunately spilled, but it should not be the goal. It should be something that's only done as a last resort.
Mm. Yes. So I'm interested in what your employer has to say about this area, but unfortunately, I feel that he may not make great progress. There's an opposition. We as Free Ones have a bit of opposition in this small town. The church that has been here for even before my family is the priest of this church, I believe, has been preaching to the residents here against the greed of selling to the Van Meyers. So we have I believe your employer will have a little bit of a difficulty making headway. I suggest that. Oh, yes.
I'll lean forward and I'll put my hand like on her knee and be like, now, so you and I understand each other. He's not my employer.
Ah.
He asked me for a favor, and one of his men was hurt, another missing, and he knows that I'm more experienced with the ones that did this, and he was hoping I could find his man and save him. Now, as for the direction he's taking his business, that I don't agree with. And I've already spoken to some of the good folk here in this wonderful wood and offer them my views on what we could do in their place. You see, I have managed to turn my family's wealth into a fortune as of late, and I believe it's somewhat my responsibility to halt, let's say, some of the progress that modern man is doing and changing of the world. I think we're more in line than you know. I'm not here to serve him. I'm here to find poor Godfrey and hope that he's still alive, and usurp him and gain some dominion over this area to ensure that it stays with the old ways, and maybe a small profit in the process.
Very good. Yes, I see nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with a profit. If you would assist me, I think the most beneficial thing, and together, I think the most beneficial thing for us to do is help me regain control of this village. And I think this recent offer has a few of the wealthier residents thinking that they will abandon the old ways in search of this new technology, this new way that Van Meyer is offering. Aside from the priest as an obstacle to my running of this village, Dorothea Skite, probably one of the wealthiest women here, is also troublesome for me. She seems to be abandoning the old ways. I would need your help with her as well, if we are to make sure that for both of us we could profit from this arrangement.
Yes. Well, maybe I can speak with her tomorrow.
Yes, I think that's necessary. The priest as well. The father. Sorry. I need that list of names like right in front of me. Father. So Ingvar Nydstrom is the priest of the church. I recommend you speak with him as well. He may have more connection to the disappearance of the Van Meyer worker than the Van Meyer associate than he's willing to admit.
Are they not members of the Free Ones, or are you the agent in this?
The priest himself, no, he opposes our ways. Yeah, he doesn't believe in the sacrifice that sacrifice is required to God. So he doesn't interfere. He's too much of a coward to interfere. But with someone as powerful as Van Meyer, he can disrupt what we have here.
Oh, he's on Van Meyer's side.
No, he is using this disruption to push out. Yes, to push out the old. He of course preaches against greed. But at the same time, I believe he also wishes to. So the enemy of his enemy, which he sees as us, as the Free Ones, he would use Van Meyer to end what we're doing here. But at the same time, he is telling the residents that to beware of the power of greed.
I'll lean in kind of close to her and say, I have handled a few priests in my time. I think I can convince him to not change his ways or change his mind, but to give my methods a chance.
Very good. Well, I hope because we see things the same way, I hope our meeting is very beneficial.
Yes, and if he is hostile to you, maybe I'll go see him in the morning under the guise of looking for confession or the like.
Very good. Very good. Well, you must be tired from your trip. I thank you for speaking with me. If you your room is ready upstairs, please tell your man that everything is prepared, and thank him for his work preparing our drinks after dinner.
Of course. You have a wonderful night.
Very good. Okay, so we can
Back on the cheek.
I imagine at some point you like come back in and I like jerk my hand away from her knee and act all like, oh, I wasn't doing anything.